Good morning, good day, good afternoon. My name is Alexander Moroz and I'm going to be your tutor during this video tutorial. During this video tutorial you will learn how to 3D model and basically how to create basic 3D model from whatever you see and bring it to 3D space, 3D world. And I'm going to teach you how to do so in a software that's called 3ds Max. And 3ds Max is the leader, industry leader in 3D. Film companies, effect companies, game companies using this software for their 3D needs. So today you will learn how to basically use the software, how to create a model step by step. This video tutorial will be for the total beginner and I'm going to go ahead and teach you step by step. So it's absolutely gorgeous tutorial for the beginners, okay? And we are going to create today a photorealistic fan, and actually this is a 3D rendering that was done by me, so this is the end product, but it's textured. And during this video tutorial I'm not going to teach you how to texture the model, a 3D model, but you will learn how to create this 3D model. I probably will release 2 more tutorials which will be available at Moroz Academy, how to texture this model and how to animate this model and how to set the light on this model. So it's going to be 2 different individual tutorials, but during this course you will learn how to model. Alright, so here's the basic introduction, and I'm assuming that you went to Google and you search for the 3ds Max and you download the trial version, which is 30 days, good as a full version, and you can use it for 30 days trial with all features. Just Google it. And by the way, this video tutorial will be good for any 3ds Max Studio or 3ds Max design softwares. Why? Because I'm going to discuss today basics or a core of 3ds Max software. So I'm going to use the tools that is available, as I remember, from 3ds Max 5.0, which back in 2004, and throughout 3ds Max 6, 7, 2008, 2009, 2010, 2011, 2012, all those tools were there. So it's basic, a core of the 3ds Max software. So by watching this tutorial means that you can use any version of the 3ds Max and finish this tutorial. And basically when you're going to finish this tutorial you will get skills in 3D, and after this tutorial you will have ability to create anything what you see in real life into 3D world. And I'm assuming if you're watching this video tutorial over the YouTube channel, please thumbs up for every single part. It's going to be a multiple part tutorial because the YouTube limitation is going to be about 15 minutes each part. And also, if you like this tutorial, please subscribe for more cool video tutorials in 3D, graphic design, web developing and programming. So basically we're going to use this image as a reference, and I'm going to include this as a reference file so you can download it and kind of look at it, and this image as a reference where we're going to model the connector. So as you can see, I kind of took this image and then I kind of add something to it by myself, like I make it clear. But how to make 3D model clear, like a glass, and set the lights, as again it's not going to be available during this video course, but it will be available during another video course which will be 3ds Max texturing video tutorial for the beginners from me. I will include all the description in the video description if you're watching this video over the YouTube. Alright, so basically as I looked at that fan, I think what we need to do, we are going to create a base, then a cylinder like on that fan, and the base we're probably going to clone it, make it as 2, and then or before the clone it, we're just going to kind of shape up the base, create the holes, then clone it and put on top of the cylinder. Then we are looking to have another cylinder as our base for our fan itself, and we are going to have from that cylinder extend some polygons, and we're going to create some fins. By the way, this tutorial is a Polygon Subdivision modeling, so I'm just going to talk today about one method of 3ds Max modeling, which is Polygon Subdivision. So we're going to work straightly with polygons, polymeshes, which include polygons, vertices, and edges. What is vertices, edges, and polygons, I'm going to explain in a bit. Then we're going to use some C extended. Alright, I just assuming that you just open your 3ds Max. It can be Studio, it can be Design and Architecture software. So here we go. I'm in 3ds Max. If you're not so beginner, I suggest you to go ahead and skip to part 2 of this video tutorial. But if you're totally beginner, I suggest you to watch this video tutorial every single part, because I'm going to explain every single step by step. So during this little introduction, I'm going to introduce you to a 3D Max graphic user interface and show you basics of 3D, like move in 3D space and etc. So first thing what you want to do after you open your 3D Max, it's going to look like this, and I'm using the 3ds Max 2010, but you can use any version of the 3D Max. It's not supposed to be a 2010. It can be 2009, 2010, 2011, 2012, and newer 2013 and 14, or anything else. But 3D Max core will look just like that. Colors may be different of the interface, but the cores will be there. Okay, so I have 4 viewports, which is top viewport. As you can see, one viewport is active. It has the yellow rectangle around it, and you can switch using your mouse by clicking on it with the right button, okay, or with the left button. I suggest you, when you're switching the viewport, clicking with the right button, so you're not going to mess up. Just single click right button on it, mess up your viewport. Okay, we have some tools like primitives over here. Then we have the create, we have the modify that we're going to heavily using during this tutorial. We have the geometry, and we have the shapes, and we have the standard primitives, and we have the compound objects. Those 2 we're going to use to create that fan. On top you have new file you can create, you can save, always save it, undo, redo. I'm not going to use too much hotkeys because I don't want you to get lost. Very easy, so I'm going to use just my mouse and show you step by step. Then rendering, it's if you're gonna click render, you're going to render just nothing, because nothing is yet unseen in our 3D world. So how to render it? Putting your mouse over render, click render, and it's going to render it. Also, you can switch and to the viewport that you would like to render, like this, and click F9 hotkey on your keyboard. If it doesn't work, then render and render. Also, there is a setup. If you're gonna go to rendering, render setup, there is a setup. You can set the resolution of you would like to render, etc. So when you're rendering, make sure that you're rendering into the production, switch to the production instead iterative, and the viewports, you can use all those 4 viewports. Okay, alright. Also, you can work in one single viewport, and to do so, there is a button right here which says maximize viewport toggle. If you're gonna click on it in the corner right there, you can see that arrow. Click on it, it's going to be just single viewport. If you're gonna double click on it, it's going to bring you back to the 4 viewports. Some people working with 2 viewports, and you can adjust it in the option to under the customize. Some people working with 4 or single. I'm going to use as a basic as 4 for you in this video tutorial, so you're not going to get lost easy. Alright, let me go ahead and create basic shape. So I'm going to go ahead and create, click on create with my mouse left button, and then make sure that click on geometry and make sure that standard primitives is selected. Then I'm going to use the box, click on it, and using on the top viewport, click my left mouse button, scroll it, release it, and move my mouse a little bit to make some depth to that box, and click on my mouse again, and I'm going to have a box, as you can see. Alright, so we have the box. First thing what I would like you to do, go ahead and over here when it says perspective smooth plus highlights, click on it and select the edge faces. So basically you're going to see the edges of the polygons. Okay, the next thing, don't worry, I'm going to explain to you in a second what is the polygons, edges, and vertices. The next thing what I want you to do, I would like you to get used with your camera. If you're going to click left mouse of your button and click on the pen view icon here, and then with left mouse of your button you can move your camera on a perspective view or in other view like top view, front view, etc. Okay, to zoom in you can use your third mouse button. Make sure you selected the view which you're working with, or you can use this icon right here which says zoom. Click on it and left mouse button, you can zoom in if you're on a laptop. Okay, the next thing, click on modify, and under the box we would like to convert this box